Hello, everyone, and welcome to another video. This is the third in our series where we get to interact with you, share with you some tips and tricks, and show you some really cool features that are available in our software. Today, we're going to be talking about Photostrips, page design, and how to save GIFs into a page design and 4x6s. It's going to be a really, really good time. I'm joined by our tech support manager, Patrick, who is an absolute legend. We ride together again, Patrick. We stream together again. It's so good to see you.
Stream together again.
We stream once more, and we're going to have ourselves a fantastic time. Patrick is our tech support manager, as I mentioned, highly qualified, and we're all going to have ourselves a really interesting session where we will also teach you how to pitch these features to prospective clients, vendors, and just give you the tools that you need to do what you need to do. Patrick, please take it away.
All right. Well, as Vivi said, today we're going to cover Page Designer with Photo Booth Upload. I'm going to open up Photo Booth Upload and share my screen in a moment. We also have some promotional files that we've already made available to most of our users, but in case anybody would like to follow along with PBU, I can, in the chat, I will share.
Patrick, I think we lost your feed for just a moment there.
No, not on. Do you hear me at all, or is it just?
We can hear you. We can hear you, but we can't see your lovely face.
Okay, because I opened up PBU and it's trying to take over the camera. That's likely to get. But if you can still hear me, you can. Vivi can mouth along with me. Try to copy what I say, and that'll be a brilliant thing. Here, I'm posting a link to the PBU file so people can follow along, but now I'm just going to share the screen. Yay, and now you can see and hear me. How's that? This is using my webcam, not my fancy DSLR. Welcome to Photo Booth Upload. Like you know and love. We're going to focus on the Page Designer today. So I'll hit S to go into Settings and go over to the Page Designer. Here we have a bunch of layouts that we've pre-made. The one that comes in the PBU file I shared is this one right here, the Independence Day Photostrip. Photostrips are the go-to page design or page layout that most people expect from a photo booth. Most of our clients love Photostrips. It's something that you can take away from it and vent, show to your friends. It's really fun. There's only one place where you can get a Photostrip, and that is a photo booth. So definitely want to spend some time going over some of the cool features that we have for that. I'm going to double click the thumbnail here so we can get into the edit screen. Here is our photo strip. As you can see here, there's a background file and overlay image. We're only using an overlay image because it makes it easier to put in your photo holders, the things that tell the software where to put a picture. Typically, what you want to do is set it to 4x6 and click Create Photo Strip. What that does is a really handy feature. Most printers that you have need to print a 4x6 and cut it. So they need 2 strips. However, when you share, you don't want to share a double strip. You want to share a single strip. So what Photo Booth Upload does is it makes 2 separate files. It makes a 2x6 single strip that your guests see in our sharing kiosk, in Photo Party Upload kiosk, that they can send to social media, to their friends, whoever. The digital file, single strip. There's also a hidden 4x6 that goes to the printer. So when they select that 2x6 to print, the printer will get the double strip, and hopefully if you got your printer settings set up appropriately, and it will print 2 strips as is required by most printers. It's a very, very handy feature, makes the sharing much slicker, makes the output function as instead of sending 1 strip at a time, you have to maybe print it twice. No, this sends 2 strips, ready to go. You can also, here in printer settings, very handy feature, set specific printer settings for a specific printer that you have installed just for that page layout. That way, you can have 2x6s and 4x6s in the same event seamlessly. You can go ahead and select and print each page layout, and they can go to the same printer with different settings. They can go to different printers. Let's say you've got a 5x7 and the paper for that on printer A, and you've got a 2x6s or 4x6 strips on printer B. You can have them both working at the exact same time with PBU and our helper software. Some of the other very, very cool things that our page designers can do, of course, we can have regular 4x6 layouts or 6x4, horizontal, then vertical. This has 2 vertical pictures, but of course you can add a horizontal photo if you like, depending on your layout. There's lots and lots of options. One of the coolest new features that we have is using Photoshop actions with a page layout. It used to be, we've had Photoshop actions for a while, and it used to be each Photoshop action would be applied to the single photo, not to the entire layout. But recently, well, I say recently, maybe about a year or more, we now have the ability to apply a Photoshop action to the entire layout. This gives you lots of really cool abilities. I'm going to show you this one here. We call it CMYK. It's a very, very wide layout, and if you're interested in getting this layout or the Photoshop action, you can go ahead and email support at laphotoparty.com or email Vivi at laphotoparty, and we can see about hooking you up. There would be a little fee. We'd have to charge. The basic idea is there are 4 images that we combine, layer on top of each other in Photoshop, and change the opacity and color. I'm going to minimize PBU here and show you what that looks like in my folders here. Go to downloads, and there we go. This is what that looks like. I'm going to take the photos, and I'm going to show you the output. It looks a lot better when you have a white background or a green screen, because it uses a lot of contrast, that kind of thing. So the background is going to look a little bit muddy when I do it myself, but this is the desired output, which I think looks really, really cool. I'm just going to run through that really quick, and you'll see Photoshop. I've already got it running here in the background. You'll see that doing its thing. Let's see if StreamYard didn't mess up my camera. Might have. StreamYard, our streaming platform, likes to mess with. There we go, on cameras. Here we go. I hit photo. I'm going to do the CMYK one, and it's 4 images. So I'm going to start over here, all the way on the right. Here's image number 1. Here's image number 2. Poking myself in the eyes. Here's image number 3. And I'm going to go down here for image number 4. Very sneaky. Now Photoshop is going to do its thing. And does all this in the background. My test folder. Up. Oh, you know what? I reloaded the PBU file and did not import the Photoshop action. Bad Patrick. But here's one I did earlier. Anyways, you can see it's a little muddied. It's quite easy to do it when you have the Photoshop action in there. All you got to do is pop in the Photoshop action, and it'll run. Right now, there is no Photoshop action selected, which is why it didn't work. Embarrassingly so. But this is what the result is. You can kind of see my hand there and my head. But as I said before, it looks much better when there's a white background and it's much crisper image.
Absolutely, Patrick. And if I may just add an addendum to that, you can do a CMYK without a Photoshop action with the transparency background. Mm-hmm. It's a bit of a cheat, bit of a hack, but it works, and you do get a similar result. Not quite as crisp, but it does function as well. To those who are interested in exploring the depths of what PBU can do. And
absolutely.
Carry on.
Right. What else do we have here? Oh, yes. GIF to page design. This is another very cool feature. Let's say you want to do a GIF as well as a page layout, but you don't want to take the pictures twice. That's a lot of work. You take your pictures for your GIF and then also have to take pictures for your layout. With PBU, you can send images from a layout, a GIF layout, to your page layout. So you only have to take the pictures once. I'm going to show you how to do that really quickly. You hit Configure Page Design, save GIF frames in Page Design, and find the one that you want to use. There we go. Independence Day photo. It's got 4 placeholders, and then we have a whole bunch of frames. So placeholder 1, I'll use GIF frame number 1. Placeholder 2, I'll go, I don't know, halfway. I'll go number 8. Number 3, I'll go to 16. And number 4, I'll go all the way to 24. You can also use original photos. You can use custom green screen. Let's say you've got a logo on the GIF that you don't want to have very, very small in your photo strip or other page layout. You can use other custom green screens for those frames. You can also, down here in the bottom left, we have lots of cool features. A lot of our clients are very specific in what they want and what they need, and we give you the power to be able to meet those demands. You can, with these save page and print, you can save both the layout and the GIF so they can share both. You can only have the layout print when you're printing the GIF. Otherwise, it'll print a single frame that you choose in the GIF. You can also have it print only. That way, when you create the GIF and you print it, the layout will print, but the layout itself is not shareable. It's hidden. We have a hidden file for that. So you have lots of versatility. Let's say you only want to be able to share GIFs, but you want to print a layout. Then we have the print only option. But you have a myriad different options, having different logos, different green screens, different backgrounds, different frames that you want. There's so many you can do. Even using original photos. If you don't want to use your green screen settings at all, you can use original photos. And it's a very, very versatile and useful feature in PBU.
That is fantastic. And just so that people are aware, these are some advanced features that are available in the software. How you pitch these to your clients, you're not selling the software, you're not selling the activation itself. What you're doing is selling what the result will be, what the experience is going to be. There's something magical about a guest doing an amazing GIF on site. They really get into it. There's high energy with the attendant. And then at the end of it all, when they send themselves that GIF and it's moving and it's something digital and dynamic, it's also nice to have that keepsake, that physical takeaway. Printing isn't dead. As much as we always say, oh, is printing dead? Are you guys doing printing anymore? We find that with our clients that some of them still request printing. And we have had quite a few requests. Some of these frames go into a page design that is themed for that event. So it's another upsell that you can do. It's another way to make additional margins on your particular activation. And it's also just something cool and neat for everyone to enjoy and take away. Patrick, please.
Oh, thanks, Vivi. That's basically it. What I have for page design, there's a lot it can do. If you have any questions about our presentation or what page design can do, if you have any specific requests on its capabilities, please speak up in the chat. You can also email us, support@laphotoparty.com, and we can talk about other capabilities that it has, what it can do. Yes, our support page, support.laphotoparty.com, has lots of tutorials that'll cover everything. But support@laphotoparty.com is who you want to reach out to if you have questions on the functionality.
Fantastic news, fantastic news. And what I would like to do now is actually just jump in and show you a few examples of what different page designs can do and what they can look like. So I'm now going to share my screen and we can have ourselves a bit of fun over here. So let's get ourselves started right over here. Isn't it a wonderful day to do a stream today? I think it is. The weather's not too bad. We're all sitting here. Oh, inception time. Okay, so I'm going to come right over here. And this is an example of a photo strip with a fantastic page design that is added to it. And this is where you have 3 frames that have been taken. The guest has posed in 3 different ways. GIF frames are not being saved in this one. This is just a straightforward photo strip. And you can see that this was done for a bar mitzvah, and everyone's having a great time with it. We then have this lovely image here that's going to be coming up. Perfect. So this is an example of a page design where you have your guest that's on a background, you have your overlay that's sitting on top of that, there is no green screen, there's no background removal, and crucially, this is branded. This is something that a corporate came through to us to say, hey, could we please do this and give our employees and our guests a takeaway from this specific event? And from what I understand, this has gone into their archives as well. So this works for corporates in addition to working for individual parties. So page designs and just keeping things simple, the classic activations are still useful to have. Here's one that we did for the Los Angeles Times. And you can see over here that everyone's different posing, saving GIF frames into a page design, and you end up with a situation like this. It's another strip, it's another takeaway. And again, this was presented by Target and Los Angeles Times. When they gave these out to the people who attended the actual activation, there's your brand cachet right there. That's what you sell to your specific event client or your specific corporate client. The takeaway and the social responsibility. It's something that a lot of corporates are looking at. It's a lot of social responsibility, especially coming back from what the pandemic has been doing to us. So that's something awesome to check out. Another thing I want to show you is you can use filters on these as well. As Patrick showed with the Photoshop action, you can also use your black and white and glamour filter with our Kardashian filter over here that everyone really likes, that beautiful skin glow that everyone loves. So this is very, very simple to do. Not complicated, get the logo in there, and you end up with a fantastic result. So you can see the tones and everything else on that. Here's another example of it not necessarily needing to be overly complicated. It's a beautiful thing to look at. And I've got one more for you over here. Look at that. You've got a nice overlay that's sitting on that page design with some transparency. The lighting is fabulous. And this is all straight from the software. And again, this is a corporate. If you've got graphics designers or your design talent is that kind of, shall we say, innovative and creative, you can pitch these to your clients and say, hey, I have an idea. Let me show you. Because a lot of clients don't know what they want until they see it. So when you're doing your mock-ups and just messing around on Photoshop, play with things like this so that when it comes to pitching to your guest, they'll just write you a check and go, here's what we do. Our event team, when they pitch, they've got a fantastic deck that is full of examples like this to get them done. Now you may ask yourself, okay, how do I create these? Because, hey, LAPP, you guys do some amazing work. We're not necessarily going to be able to rise to this specific level. It's much easier than you think. Start off with the basics, get your basics right into your deck, get your deck looking good, looking professional, then send that to your client, get that meeting, because when they see it, then they will follow. And that's a really nice overview of what these can look like. I just want to thank everyone for being here. Do we have any questions that I can see? Let's see. Fantastic. So remember, guys, we're trying to do these every 2 weeks. So feel free to suggest what the next topics should be, because we do these for you. We're here to listen to you and talk about the topics that you like. Join us again in a couple of weeks. We have just moved into a new headquarters, so you can see that I'm in a different space and it's all very exciting. And we're also excited to see what happens next as the world begins to open up and hopefully guide you into anything. As always, reach out to our tech support team. We had our contact details in the screen below. Any questions you have, if you just want to brainstorm, if you just want to say hi, feel free to do that as well. Our contact details are available. Many thanks to Patrick for joining me today. I know he's dropped some serious knowledge on everyone. And thank you guys for watching, and to the rest of our team who have all made this possible.